So welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to remove some of the surplus apples from my apple tree so they all swell out and I get lots of lovely big juicy apples. If you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you could please do so, because you'll get lots of helpful hints and tips all throughout the year from my home garden, my allotment and also my home kitchen. Now something that I rely on a lot is this fruit expert book. It explains how to look after various fruits, and if you've not already got one, it's a really useful one to have. I will put a link in the description. Now this is a really simple task to do, but it's really quite vital. So what happens around June is you get something called the June drop, and the excess apples, some will naturally drop off, but sometimes not enough drop off, and if you don't take some of the extra apples out, your apples won't swell up into nice big fruits. They'll be too small and too tiny. So like I say, it's a really easy job to do, and to have a book to give you a little bit of guidance on generally looking after your apple trees is really useful. I've also got a bucket to put my excess apples in, and also some secateurs to take them off, because they might not come off very easily and I don't want to damage the tree. So what I'm looking for is the clumps of apples. So I've got a really big clump there, and they're just not all swelling out enough. So what it says in the book, it says to remove, so you've only got 2 fruits left, and what you take away are the misformed ones, the damaged ones. So what you leave are the best quality ones. Now one thing I'm not going to do, now bizarrely I've got a really big clump over here of 4 apples. In fact I've got 5 apples, they're all really big already. I'm actually going to leave them because they actually don't seem to be struggling to grow. If they're that size already in June and I don't harvest these until October time, I'm not going to touch those ones. But these ones here that aren't doing quite so well, these are the ones I'm going to take out. So now, if I'm honest, none of them look brilliantly. You can try twisting them off, but you often find at this time of year they won't. Oh, that one's just ones that come off naturally. That one might have dropped off anyway. So before I start secateuring, I will probably give them a bit of a feel and see which ones I think are easily going to come off. Now that one easily came off, so it's an easy one to pick. This one is the smallest out of those 3, so I'm going to remove that one and leave those 2 there. So, and as we move round, we've got 2 quite nice looking ones there. In fact, I've got a similar thing there, but I'm definitely going to remove that one. So you kind of have to use your common sense a little bit. Even though it says 2 per like little clump, if you've got 3 that look quite good, I'd leave them there. But when you get to something like that and they all look really quite rubbish, I would definitely take ones off of that and only leave 2, if that makes sense. So like with anything, you have to use your common sense. Same thing here, so don't get confused, that's actually 2 clumps. So I'm going to remove the smaller ones of those. So see if any of them just drop off easily, and they're not, and then just get your secateurs in and take them out like so, and just leave 2. Same thing under here, again all looking really tiny. So see if any of them are loose, which I don't think they are, and it's hard to pick which one's the best because they all look quite diddy. But I'm going to just go for what look like the smallest and the most deformed looking ones. So you could obviously make a jelly with those, so I'm cutting all these off. I'm sure my chickens will be quite happy to peck through these apples, or you could make a jelly with them, so it's up to you. I've got more trees to prune over the allotment, but this is a small variety and it's a really easy one to show you. I do have a few little aphids on here. If I'm honest, I just leave them to it. Unless the aphids were doing a lot of damage, I wouldn't do anything with them. You know, a little bit of aphid damage I can live with. You know, the natural environment will sort that out for me. But if it got really bad, I might take some different action. But at the moment, a little bit of leaf damage I'm quite happy with. So I do hope that that's given you an idea of how to take off your surplus apples. If you've got any questions or queries, then as ever, please do put them in the comments and we'll do our best to answer them.